And that's a 15-year felony. So if you are found guilty by a jury, you can go to prison for up to 15 years. So Mr. Musgrove, I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. Of course.
None of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction over you. Still a crime. Still a crime.
But I'm not
still
a corporation. I'm a living person.
Yep, and that's why you're standing in front of me. If you were dead, the case would be dismissed. So, Mr. Dagger-Margosian, how do you wish to proceed?
Well, Your Honor, I am aware that Mr. Musgrove wants to present information to the court. I'm happy to be standby counsel if he wants to represent himself. Obviously,
welcome back, everyone. Today's courtroom video is something else so truly unbelievable. Hearing featuring yet another sovereign citizen. This time, the defendant is in court over a $60,000 embezzlement case. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000, and yet he somehow believes the law doesn't apply to him. The judge in this case doesn't play around. She calmly shuts down every one of his bizarre claims with confidence and just the right touch of dry humor. You can tell she's dealt with this kind of thing before. She has absolutely no patience for made-up legal theories and internet-inspired arguments. But it really makes you wonder, should people who clearly don't understand how the legal system works even be allowed to represent themselves? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and
would have to go through the colloquy of that, but obviously it's Mr. Musgrove's legal right to at least ask the court to do that. So I'm here to observe at this point.
All right. So, Mr. Musgrove, when you were at the bench or up at the podium before, you said that you were appearing on behalf of yourself. So, Mr. Musgrove, are you asking to no longer have counsel represent you?
Well, what I'm understanding is that the courts is a private for-profit.
So, Mr. Musgrove, I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. Of course.
None of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction over you. So
I tried to file paperwork with the clerk's office ahead of time so that you would have time to review it, and they denied me.
I know what you're talking about. None of that is valid under the law of the state of Michigan or the Constitution of the United States of America.
What do you mean it is?
No.
The Supreme Court says it is.
What does it say it is?
The Supreme Court says that we were at the age of 18, we were supposed to claim our minor status.
Nope, not valid.
Jump into this case. For those unfamiliar, this guy is going on and on about the all caps argument. It's a common claim among sovereign citizens. Basically, they think that because their name is written in all capital letters on legal documents, like a birth certificate, that somehow means the court has no authority over them. Yes, that's the whole argument. And believe it or not, people actually believe this. I was shocked the first time I heard it. And if they really think the court has no jurisdiction, why even bother showing up at all? Let me know what you think of this theory in the comments. Now, here's the kicker. After all that nonsense, this guy actually wants a jury trial.
Okay.
So here's what I would say to you. Mr. Dagger-Margosian is, like most of our public defenders, exceptional attorneys and very well versed in the law and very experienced. He gives legal advice. You may not like the legal advice, but it's usually good advice. I've never had anyone from the public defender's office not wholeheartedly try to represent their clients. So what you are talking about is not valid, and it is not going to get you out of this case. You're not going to be able to say all those things because it's not valid.
Everyone involved in this court case has a financial interest in the case.
I don't have a financial interest in your case. I get paid by the state of Michigan, whether you plead, whether it gets dismissed. I don't make any money off you. We have budgets. The court system is not a profit generating revenue. We are here to represent people so that people who are charged with crimes are protected. People who are victims of crimes are protected. And that's why we have
all in order for there to be a crime, there has to be a victim. There is no.
Well, there is a victim in this case.
The victim would be the company.
You are charged.
I can't face
actually. Just hold on. So your crime that you are charged with, which you are innocent as of this time. Let me grab the right file. is failure. Oh, this is let me see. This is an embezzlement charge. So you are charged in count one with embezzlement 50,000 or more, but less than 100,000. That being an agent, servant, or employee of Hardwoods of Michigan Industries did convert to your own use without the consent of your employer or principal, industrial tools and equipment in the amount of $68,938.40 or money or equipment. And that's a 15-year felony. So if you are found guilty by a jury, you can go to prison for up to 15 years. You're charged in count two with using a computer to commit a crime. To facilitate the charge in count one, that carries a maximum penalty.
Seriously, it's like he's asking for the maximum sentence. Once a jury hears all of his rambling about imaginary laws and fake legal loopholes, it's game over. I don't get why they always fall back on the jury trial card as soon as the judge doesn't buy their "I'm not under your laws" routine. Maybe they think someone on the jury will be a fellow believer in their ideas. But let's be honest, what are the chances of that? So what do you think? Does this guy have even the slightest chance in court? Drop your thoughts down below, and let's continue. So what's the verdict? In my opinion, this man completely lost the plot. I wouldn't be surprised if the judge gives him the harshest sentence
Of up to 10 years in prison, and the way the statute's set up, I can actually stack those possibly. So you potentially could be looking at up to 25 years in prison. So the victim that's alleged in this would be that business.
Right, and I can't face that accuser because that business can't get on the stand for me to ask questions. And a third party.
But their
can't stand
representative
it.
can. Yes, they can. Yes,
They
they
can?
can. Yes, they
Okay.
can. So I have 189,000 of student loan debt that was forgiven to be a lawyer. You do not. And Mr. Dagger Margosian, Mr. Isaac Sneed, all of the attorneys here went to law school to know the law, and their job is to advise you of the law. So
Yeah,
yes,
but
they
they're
can.
going-
Yes,
They're
you
going
can be
by
charged.
everything, all the
can't-
laws and statutes that you guys go by
Are
for
legal.
corporations. They're for fixed.
Still a crime. Still a crime.
But I'm not
Still a
a fictitious
crime.
corporation, I'm a living person.
Yep, and that's why you're
Okay.
standing in front of me. If you were dead, the case would be dismissed.
Yeah, the all cap name is that.
That means nothing. That's not valid. It's
Okay.
not legal.
right.
So do you want to represent yourself, or do you want to have an attorney to represent you?
I need some time to think.
Okay, so I'm gonna set this for another pretrial on March 20th at 8:30 in the morning. And Miss Adams, could I get a notice of hearing for Mr. Musgrove?
allowed, just for wasting everyone's time. His arguments were all over the place, most of them didn't even make sense. Honestly, I've seen a lot of these cases, and while this wasn't the worst sovereign citizen I've watched, the all caps argument still blows my mind. Out of all the possible things to say in court, claiming a name isn't valid because of capital letters has to be one of the weakest. The judge stayed impressively calm throughout, even letting him speak a bit more than I would have liked. Still, the hearing didn't completely spiral out of control, which is a win in itself. Let me know your take on all of this in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video and want more courtroom drama like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Post new content every day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.